So continuing here, we have some results about the biomethane potential in Brazil and in the US. So this analysis was taking into account the replacement of biodiesel and gasoline by biomethane. So we can see here, for example, the equivalence of avoid greenhouse gas emissions if we use biomethane in Brazil would be about these significant numbers here. In the US, we also have a very representative evolution of avoided greenhouse gas emissions if we consider the replacement of fossil fuels by biomethane. And we can see here that biomethane has two important advantages compared to other renewable sources of energy. We can say here the its availability and its usability. So it can be produced all over the world. In every country, we are going to have some waste, solid wastes or manure from livestock. And it does not depend on the geographical or weather conditions. So differently from solar and wind energy, for example, biomethane does not depend on geographical weather conditions. So this is a very great opportunity for this kind of source of energy. So some final remarks that we can highlight here is that the predictions of intense urbanization and population growth over the coming years will heighten the need to ensure the water, energy, and food security, as we saw in the first charts that I showed you, that I presented you. We can say here that urban mobility systems need to be more sustainable everywhere. We need to invest in more efficient energy sources and more renewable sources of energy for urban transportation. Biomethane estimation for both countries are very positive, so we have great availability and perspectives. Mainly if we say about Curitiba and Orlando, that we have a lot of we have some similar weather conditions in both cities, and they have a lot of perspectives for that. So this study addresses technical approaches and interrelated variables, so environmental, economic, and social aspects. So we can see here that we can, with the use of biomethane, we can, for example, strengthen rural areas to produce its products, let's say, so we can use biogas from livestock production or agriculture business or agribusiness sector. Biomethane also needs to be considered a complementary source of energy, not exclusory. So we are not talking here that we need to replace all of the vehicles that are powered by diesel or gasoline now for biomethane. No, it can be a complementary source of energy, as we see in the biodiesel buses for transportation. We can use maybe for example, electric and biomethane. That would be the better combination for sustainability, in terms of sustainability. And the last one is the important interrelation between rural and urban areas, that we have a challenge for city planners. So we can use wastes or manure produced in rural areas to power urban buses, for example. In Brazil and in the US, we have a lot of possibilities about that. And for sure, we can also help the city planners to address climate change if we invest in these studies, in these researches and application for biomethane for urban mobility. So this is a very brief presentation about some studies that we are held in Brazil and in the US in the last 5 years. And I am very happy with our results, and I think we need to spread these concepts and this importance of renewable sources of energy in other countries. And for sure, if you have some questions, you can just let me know. I'm gonna say here, tell you here my email and my phone. I would say thank you and obrigada. That is thank you in Portuguese. So if you have any question, you can just write me. If you have some possibilities of collaborations or partnerships, please let me know. And I'm gonna feel very happy to help you or to clarify some doubts. I wish you have a great event, and count on me if you have any doubt or anything else, okay? Bye-bye.